So I had my Bowser t-shirt on today and I was like, maybe today I can be the president of Nintendo because Doug Bowser is the president of Nintendo of America. So I don't know where I was going with that. My name is MONADO Max, and today we're going to be predicting what Nintendo's 2024 is. There's going to be a lot of possibilities of what Nintendo's 2024 is going to look like, as there's the Nintendo Switch, the possibility of a new Nintendo console being revealed and coming out this year. The possibility is really limitless with what we got going this year. And we don't know what's happening. And I think it'd be great to do a video at the end of the year like this to predict what's happening. We could either come back to this video at the end of next year and be like, wow, Max was really right, or it's gonna be, wow, Max, you were wrong. You were an idiot. But first, let's go over what we already know that's happening in 2024 when it's coming for Nintendo. Obviously, we have the anime remake game, or wait, what's that game called? Wait, hold on. Okay, I'm actually gonna search on the spot. I forgot the name of this game. Another Code. Another Code is coming out. That's gonna be the first game that is coming out for the Nintendo Switch January next year. It is a remake, from my understanding, from a game that did not come over here to America, and it's gonna be the first two games in the series. That's gonna be starting January off, and then going into February, we are gonna have Mario vs. Donkey Kong, which is another remake from the Game Boy Advance. I am actually very excited for the Mario vs. Donkey Kong game, only due to the fact that I actually have never played these games before. I've been told that these are great games, and this is the first in the series that they're remaking. I never really expected them to do this, and the game looks really nice. I think this looks like it's going to be a very fun Nintendo Switch game, one that I'm probably really excited for, and obviously will be picking up day one. Very excited for that. Then we jump into March. We got Princess Peach Showtime. Now, obviously this game is all over the place. I don't know, originally I thought this was gonna be a fun game. Then we saw the Nintendo Direct that happened in September and I was like, am I excited for this game? I don't know. I'm gonna give it a try, but it's definitely not meant for me or a lot of people out there. So we kind of have to keep our low expectations. It's not meant for us. So we need to remember that before we get upset saying that this is a horrible game.
Max forgot to talk about Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, which is releasing in 2024. There's no date given, but it is supposed to release this year, so.
And then we jump into what's the final announcement of what we know so far, which is Paper Mario Thousand Year Door Remake is coming out for the Nintendo Switch. No release date has been given for this. This was the final announcement that was given to us, and that's it. Now, obviously, January is not a month for Nintendo that usually announces stuff, so I don't think we're gonna get much. We might get a few little updates for Mario vs. Donkey Kong, since that is coming out in February. Maybe a new trailer will drop online for the new Princess Peach game in January on Twitter, but I don't expect any game announcements. Obviously, February is a month that we look at for a Nintendo Direct every single year for Nintendo, and I'm actually putting on our little list of predicting things here that we might not actually see a Nintendo Direct this year. If we do see a Direct, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Nintendo Direct Mini. Now, I don't know, there still could be a Nintendo Direct, but I do think, judging how the last Nintendo Direct was and how the Game Awards just happened, Nintendo had no presence there at all. I think the Nintendo Switch, let's just face it, I do think this might be the final year of the Nintendo Switch, considering how many games have been announced, what we're getting so far, and what we got a lot of this year, which was remakes, remastered stuff. Great list of games that came out for the Switch this year, not complaining, but a little bit different from Nintendo ultimately. And we're seeing that with 2024, it's so far all we know is remakes with one original game, which is Princess Peach Showtime. So I feel like that Nintendo doesn't really have much to announce anymore. If they have stuff to announce, which I think this is going to be what's left for the Switch, it's going to be a bunch of remakes, and those remakes are going to be 3DS games coming to the Switch and GameCube games coming to the Switch. Kind of like Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. So I'm putting February as a possibility of not having a Direct. I don't know if Nintendo's going to want to do a Direct, especially if we are getting the next Nintendo console so soon. It might just be a mini Direct to give updates on Princess Peach, give updates on Paper Mario, maybe with a few Switch game announcements like what's left for the Switch. because I do have some game announcements that I do think that is left for the Switch. I do believe that Princess Peach is the final original Nintendo Switch game, other than another title that will be a cross-gen title for the next Nintendo console. I do believe Princess Peach, that's the last original Switch game you're going to be getting. Everything going forward is going to be remakes, remasters. So what I'm putting as possibilities for what's left for the Switch, I'm going to go ahead and put Metroid Prime 2 remastered. I think that is definitely happening for the Switch. If it's not remastered, we're getting it in some form, some way on the Switch. Along with Metroid Prime 3, obviously that's a Wii title, but I do think these games are going to get the same standalone treatment and will be released at some time separately this next year. I also think the F-Zero GX is going to be happening at some point next year for the Nintendo Switch. Whether that be, I mean, I'm guessing that this will probably be really in the first 7 months of next year. We're going to see F-Zero, Paper Mario, Metroid Prime 2, all those games. I think we're going to see what's left of the Switch happen within the first 7 months. I guess it's possible going forward we might be seeing Nintendo doing every other month releases. I think the releases are going to slow down. We've been seeing with Nintendo with the Switch that they have tried their best to keep a release of some form happening every single month. We're going to see this slow down as we don't have much announcements left for the Switch, in my opinion. That's my prediction for 2024. So ideally, I'm thinking F-Zero will come out in like maybe May of next year. Paper Mario, I think, will come out maybe June/July. Prime 2 will probably be shadow dropped with the Nintendo Direct, if a Nintendo Direct is to happen in February. And then Prime 3 is going to happen at some point next year within those 7 months of what we talked about. That is what I feel is going to be pretty much our final Nintendo Switch lineup. There could be a few more games, could last a little bit longer, but I ultimately think the Switch is coming to an end this summer. Now, I think the reason why I think the Switch is coming to an end to its summer, I think Nintendo is going to do a giant event in June of next year. June, July of next year. That's my prediction. It's going to be a massive event. They're going to unveil the next Nintendo console at said event. I don't know if this will be a big online event or if now that we actually have events happening, it seems like Nintendo kind of likes the idea of doing in-person events with what they're doing with, I believe it's called Nintendo Live. They might set up a big Nintendo Live event for the media to join in and to be basically a big press conference to announce the next Nintendo console. I could see this happening in June or July. I think it will happen before Paper Mario Thousand Year Door comes out, or I guess a little bit after Paper Mario. I think it will be in between of the Switch still in its course, with a majority of the games that are planned for this year already being out. And this is where they'll announce Nintendo Switch 2, or whatever we're calling the Nintendo Switch 2. This will be the big event where they're going to show off games for the next Nintendo console, and this is where they're going to unveil that Metroid Prime 4 is a Nintendo Switch title and the next Nintendo Switch console, Nintendo Switch 2. It's going to be a cross-hybrid release, cross-gen, and that's where Metroid Prime will actually be the last Nintendo Switch game, when, I guess in a way you could look at Princess Peach as the last original Nintendo Switch game. And at this event, I'm expecting them to announce the release date of this next Nintendo console, and I do believe that it will be coming out holiday this next year. November timeline is what I'm thinking. And they're going to go ahead and announce that Metroid Prime 4 will be a launch title, along with a Mario 3D game will be unveiled here and be a launch title for the next Nintendo console. We've heard a lot about this Mario 3D game in terms of leaks and rumors. We don't know what the Odyssey team has been working on, if the Odyssey team even had anything to do with Mario Wonder. We don't know what's going on. Obviously, they're working on the next 3D Mario game, since we haven't gotten another 3D Mario game since Odyssey. So whatever they got planned, it's coming to the next Nintendo console. And they'll obviously announce other games here. I'm not going to predict other games because I don't think we'll be seeing much for this next Nintendo console come out for this year. They're going to focus on Metroid Prime and the new Mario game. And I guess if we're speaking tradition, there'll be a September Direct, and I guess that's where they'll do the final Metroid Prime 4 trailer for the Nintendo Switch. It's kind of like a goodbye Direct to the Nintendo Switch and a hello to the next Nintendo console for this video, we'll just continue calling it Switch 2. Now, obviously, I'm putting the possibility that the next Nintendo console could come out early 2025. However, I think with how much we know, how much has been announced so far for the Switch, I think we're definitely going to have a slower 2024 for Nintendo Switch. So I think it's a strong possibility that this next Nintendo console is going to come out, or they might just try to do what the Switch did was and not be a part of the Christmas season, because it launched March 3rd, 2017, and that seemed to be a giant launch right there for a console. So maybe Nintendo wants to stay away from the Christmas season going forward. I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me if they try to do that same pattern, because no one's releasing consoles at that time. In fact, that seems like a bad time to release a console. But Nintendo showed that was a good time because there was no competition at the time. So they might want to release when there's no competition. Either way, I do think we're going to see the next Nintendo console revealed this year in the summertime. And the Switch is definitely not going to have as much games as we've had in the last years of the system. This is going to be probably one of its worst years in consideration. I mean, as long as it's getting good remakes and stuff, but you know, I think some people could look at this year as the worst year for Nintendo Switch if what's happening happens, if what I'm predicting actually happens. Remember, this is just us predicting. That is my prediction for Nintendo's 2024. You know, I think we're getting games, consoles, disappointment, excitement, potentially no direct for February though. That might be, you know what, mini direct, I don't know. I'm excited to go back to this video at the end of 2024 to see how much I got right and how much I got wrong. I want to know what you guys are thinking. What is your predictions for Nintendo's 2024? Did I have too many wild predictions, or did I have mild predictions? I don't know. I want to know what you guys think, if the next console's coming out next year or not. All signs is pointing that the Switch is ending at the very least. And yeah, that's what we know. That is facts right there. Make sure to backslash that subscribe button, like the video, check out the YouTube, check out the Twitter, check out the Instagram, check out the Discord server, become a MONADO Marine member for $5 a month, and yeah, we will see you guys in the next video. Have yourselves a good one, and I don't know, but no, there'll be another video before Christmas, so I was about to say Merry Christmas, but I mean still Merry Christmas, of course, you know, but we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.